Hi, Darlins. Yep, I'm back. First and foremost, okay, so some words of advice, literal words of what you can say when you burn sage or cleanse your home in any way, shape, or form, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. But what I do, I cleanse constantly, so my house is always, it smells like this, and like I talked about the air, it's so soft, you can literally feel it in your fingertips, okay? The words that I say are first and foremost, we welcome divine light and energy and only positive good things that come from the light from our universe or our higher creator. We welcome our guides, our spirits, anyone that is guiding us in the divine light. If you work for the divine light, you may enter this area. I do this and I walk around and I will do this. I will constantly ask. A sage is kind of a pain sometimes. You have to keep relighting it, but that's okay. Once you get it going, if anybody's ever built a fire or worked with anything, fire needs oxygen. Blow on them a little bit. Get that sage going. But continue to say, I welcome the divine light. I welcome positivity. I welcome the higher universe. I welcome my higher self to come through. And then you say, if you are negative, anything evil, I do not consent for you to be here. You are not allowed to be here. Never give consent. You don't just say, I welcome everybody to come in, because then you're asking for a shit show, okay? Do not do that. Be very specific. I welcome divine light only. Only light and love. And then you tell the bastards to leave. Say, if you are negative and you are not of the divine light, you are not welcome here, and I do not give you consent. They have to leave. It's the law of the universe. They have to listen. They are not allowed to be here. On that note, I want to thank, well, her name is Sugar Glumplins, but we discussed, I'm just calling her Dumpling because she's just sweet as a dumpling. Thank you for pointing out. She screenshotted the other night when I was doing a reading, when the moment that I said we do not give consent for you to be here, she captured it. I'm going to try to download that picture she sent me. She sent me a couple of them, and she captured spirit leaving, and they were trying to enter the cards, and in the moment I said do not give consent, they had to leave and they shot out of the screen. And I'll try to, if you're interested, if you want to see the picture, I will send it to you. Okay, so first and foremost, we cleanse. Always cleanse. Especially if you're in prayer, meditation, or anything like that, or if you're into the intuitive side of things, like tarot or anything like that. The only readers that I know always use sage. They always burn it. They use crystals. They use a lot of different things. I also want to call out Dragonfly. Thank you so much for reminding me that you can use Florida water. Now, Florida water is very specific. I have personally never used that, and I won't lie and explain everything about it because that's not me. I don't know enough about it to promote it, but I do trust Dragonfly, and I will do a little bit of research. And Dragonfly, if you can reach out to me and maybe send me a link or something in my email and let me know exactly what you use. I have heard about it, and I have heard great things about it. So until I promote it, I want to do a little bit more education to myself about it, because my integrity is everything and my word is everything. So Dragonfly, if you can reach out and explain a little bit more about Florida water, I'd appreciate it. In the meantime, I use sage. I will also show you this. I use incense sticks, and this is Paleo Santo, and it's related to sage. It's an herb. It also cleanses. Okay, and it smells really good. It actually smells like a weird cologne. But I burn these too. I will show you. The reason I'm doing this is because I've had a lot of questions about spirituality, dealing with spirits in your homes, around your property. Literally, you just light the stick. This is just a incense holder, so it doesn't get ashes everywhere. Mine's just the little peace symbol thing. Once you've got it lit, I simply blow it out, and then it'll burn down. And I just literally just lay that over there, and it'll burn out. It's fine. That actually stays lit longer than the sage smudge. Now, to answer your questions about my sage sticks. Now, if you've got a New Healings place or anybody that has a store that works with crystals or incense or anything like that, maybe you have one in your neck of the woods, as we say. If you do, they probably carry these. If not, I will tell you, and I will endorse them because they're a beautiful company, and it's all naturally made, okay? I use the blue sage, no, it's blueriversage.com. I get these, there's multiple sage smudge sticks in this, which this reminds me I need to order some more. They are preserved. They just come, they're beautifully wrapped in this paper to keep moisture out of them. They use oxygen absorbers in them, so they are very well protected. But this sage is totally handmade, and this is like a mom and pop store, and I really appreciate what they do. They harvest this themselves, and if you don't have to order the whole kit. You can just order one stick at a time. You could order a whole case. They sell them massive amounts. I burn through this a lot, so I buy them by the box. I think this one came with 6. Yeah, it's a 6-pack. So you will get this, and depending upon how much you need it, I sage constantly throughout the day and night. Or if my kids have come to me and said, there's something in my room, I don't feel right, I don't feel comfortable, then I will go up and I will take an extra round and I will smudge and not give consent, rebuke anything that's in there. So, okay, got that out of the way. A couple other things that you can do to cleanse your home is around the foundation of your home, the whole perimeter, not just entranceways, because I mean, face it, we all have a lot of entranceways. We've got windows, we have doors, we have chimneys, we've got lots of places. We have vents in our roof. Honey, they will crawl through anything that you, anything that has a hole and they can get it, they will crawl through it. If you got a crack in your foundation, they will crawl through it. So cleansing your environment for your intuitive abilities and spirit is very, very important. I recommend, if you can afford it, salt is very inexpensive. Salt your foundations. Now, as you do this, you're going to you can buy salt in a bag. What kind of salt do you ask? Because I know I just heard that. Sorry, I have to have my phone on right now because my son is receiving a very important phone call from a doctor. I know, I don't like doctors either, but he's diabetic, and right now I have to deal with one. So if you hear a little dingy bell or a ring, I may have to pause. It's not a problem. I do apologize ahead of time, but it is necessary. Anyway, salt around your foundation. What kind of salt? It doesn't matter. Purified salt. Now, I have a favorite. I prefer sea salt. It's fine. Salt absorbs energy. People in your family gonna look like you just crazy. Okay, why are you pouring salt around the house? And it's gonna look funny. Yes, the rain will wash it away eventually, but that's okay. If you feel the energy changing in your home, do it again. Salt is very inexpensive. Sage is fairly inexpensive. I mean, compared to everything else that you have to pay for right now, these are the things that I recommend. Like I said, Dragonfly, if you've got any information about Florida water, I think it's fairly inexpensive too. Remember I talked about spritzers and sprays of smoke. Do not do anything if it doesn't feel right and doesn't resonate with you. Just because I say sage works in my house as far as the smoking goes, it may not with you, and that's okay. But there are other alternatives that you can use. Now on that note, internally inside your house besides the sage, any entranceway that you have into your home, windows, doorways, anything. Maybe you are just having activity in one area of your house and you need to deal with it. I bless olive oil, pure virgin olive oil. I bless it. I say the same things that I just said over the oil, put my fingers in it. I let the energy come into the oil. I bless it. And then I go and smudge my entranceways. I do that. There's a lot of different things you can do. I haven't had to do that for a very long time since I switched to sage, but I do use that. Okay. Now, if you're a Christian, you were raised with the Passover and the blood of the Lamb over the door frames and all. It's kind of the same thing, but you're just blessing your entranceways and opening your home, and you're just wanting the best positive things to come out of it. Yes, I just saw you. I have orbs. So I would recommend, and olive oil is not cheap. So, I mean, it's not like you need enough. You don't have to, like, paint it with a paintbrush. Just your finger, you know, speak. Speak the spirit. Remember, words are more powerful than the device that you're using. But sage, being Native American, sage is the number one thing that I recommend. That's just my honest opinion. Not everybody can do it, and that's okay. Sage comes in different forms. I told you about BlueRiverSage.com. If you want a company that's beautiful and you want to help out a small company, by all means do it. Now, if you have a spirit in your home that you do not feel comfortable with, and spirit's always going to be in your home. The veil is getting so thin, you're going to start to see and hear more things more often. What we want to deal with is the negativity in your home. Now, I won't call out anybody that didn't give me permission, but when dealing with someone that has passed over in a home that you live with, whether it's your own family or you moved into a home and you know someone passed away there, good or bad, you want to dismiss that energy right away, because if not, you're going to be interrupted. Some people enjoy the company of spirit if it's positive, obviously. Maybe it's part of your higher self or connection and you just don't know about it, and they're there to help you. If you get a positive reading on them and your intuition, okay, leave them alone. That's all right. If you want that there, if you do not, and you're just getting a bad feeling, something's not right here, I feel like someone's watching me. Maybe your cabinets are opening and closing, your doors are slamming shut, all the creaky stairs, all that stuff. Now, I'm not talking about general, normal household sounds, because we all have that. I'm talking about real, true things that you identify with that give you the goosebumps and make you feel uncomfortable. If that is the case, first and foremost, address the spirit. Whoever you are, you do not have consent to be here. I do not give you permission to be here. This is my home. Get out. You can have the power with your words, but remember, sage and all those things help that. If you don't have any of this ability, you have oil. Anything you can use vegetable oil if you want to. It doesn't matter. It's the words and the blessing that you put into the oil, okay? Do you have salt? Put the salt in the oil. Make a paste. And then smudge it. It's okay. The things that are based upon your words into the physical thing that you're using. You're not remember that old phrase, I'm drawing a line in the sand? Do it. You are not allowed here. Get aggressive. You're the boss. You live here. They're not allowed. Do not give consent. And because you haven't said that so far, they believe they have consent to be there. Will they throw a tantrum? Sometimes. Most likely, yeah. You may start to hear sounds. They may get angry. You may hear a door. Honey, I have lived in homes when I became an ordained minister years ago. The moment I did it, the enemy took my plaque or my certificate from where I was ordained, had framed it and put it on the wall. And I was in prayer and meditation, and the spirit did not like that at all. I hung it up. And I was just sitting there one day. My husband was in the room, and 2 of my children were in the room. And all of a sudden, a closed latch door came flying open. The wind kicked up in my house. Papers are flying everywhere. And that certificate flew off the wall, shattered the glass. Everyone jumped up except me. I had my feet propped up on the desk, and I said, "Oh, is that how it's going to be? You want to play with me?" And the only thing I had to do was get up and say, "You don't have permission to be here. Get out." I just took the glass out and just hung it back on the wall. It never moved again. Consent is crucial. If you are having problems in your house, do this. Do not give consent, and then ask divine light to come in and cleanse the area for you. It will happen, okay? Divine light will cleanse also, okay? But divine light has to have permission too. So you say, "I will give permission for the divine light from the creator of the universe to come in." You can use names. You can say Father, Mother, Abba, Mama, whatever you want. Yeshua, Jesus, Magdalene, Buddha. We've been through all the names and all that. Whoever you follow, if it's of the divine light, they will come in and they'll go, "You heard them." Like your angels. Archangel Michael, he's our warrior. Honey, he will come in swinging that sword, and you'll know it. I have seen that angel fling demons through a wall like bugs on a windshield. And I said that the other day. That's what we do in this house, because I won't put up with it. If I don't, I just call on all the heavenly host of the divine light, and they will come down in armies to get rid of it. Don't give up. Don't back down. And hold your ground. Remember that 7 of Wands? Hold your ground, okay? This is your home, and you take possession of it. All right, now, moving on. This video is just to answer your questions that I've been receiving in emails or the comments, okay? Now, if you have emailed me and you have requested a reading, please check your emails, okay? Because that's how I'm going to respond, and I give you my phone number in that. You can either email me back or you can text me. I mean, shoot, you can call me. Just let me know who you are, because until you give me your phone number, I won't know who it is. So if you've requested a reading, please check your emails. You have my phone number now. Text me and say, "When can we set this up?" By all means, do it. Any clients that I have currently all have my phone number, because this is how I want it to be. Once you become a client, I want you to be able to call me at any time if you're having a problem. Now, obviously, I have to, take care of my family, and time is important. Once you become a client, if you're just having an off day and you need me to pull a card on something, I want you to text me and say, "Jen, something's not right," or "I'm really worried about this and I can't get it off my mind. Can you pull a card real quick?" Honey, I'll stop and pull a card. If it's just a question, just one question, it's not a full reading. Full readings are huge. But if you're just having an off day and maybe it resonates with the reading, and I had told you I want you to look for something, and you're like, "Can you confirm that that's what it is?" or you want a little bit more elaboration, I will stop right then and there and I will pull a card for you. That's what I want you to know about me. My integrity, my name, everything about me. Once you are a part of this family, I want you to always know that you can do that, okay? Now, if I'm busy and I don't get to it right away, I'll say, "Can you give me a minute? I've got 3 grandbabies wrapped around my ankles right now. Can you just give me a second?" Not a problem. I will get to you. If you need to extend it into a personal phone call, I will do that if time allows. I will do that for you. It's okay. Now, the reading process, because there are a lot of questions about that, because I just say, if you want a reading, you see them? I feel them too. I don't have to see them. I just feel them. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's the divine light coming around. That's okay. That's higher self. That's angels, past loved ones that are here to help. You will see them in the screen. I feel them because I feel energy. My guardian angel is here, Mr. Wingsy himself. I know that. A lot of times they'll come up around my head, and it's just to drop a message and whisper something to me, like, remember this, can you remember to say that? That's what they do. To me, it's just totally normal. To other people, I look crazy, and that's okay, because I'm crazy too. Anyway, the reading process. To answer some of your basic questions about how a reading will go. I'm going to get through the yucky, nasty stuff first. Yes, I do charge for readings because I have to feed my family. Do I charge thousands of dollars? No, I do not. I charge $50 US for every 30 minutes because it does take away from my time. And it takes, let me tell you something, it is draining. Not so draining that it's debilitating, but I am exhausted, and I usually do a reading. If I do 2 or 3 readings in a day, I have to take a day off just to sleep. Is it a bad thing? No. It's just the way energy works, because we're in these water sacks of human flesh that are not capable. My intuitive ability and my spirit is so much on a different level than this body can handle. I can keep going and going and going with my mind and my heart, the gut, the intuitive, that I just don't give it a second thought when I'm doing it. But the next day, my body's going, really? It's natural. It's okay. $50 for every 30 minutes. Those are the short ones. Some people do 30 minutes and they feel comfortable with that because they only have 1 or 2 questions. That's okay. If you want a full lifetime of a reading, let me tell you something. An hour is your minimum. Ask Miss Charlotte. We went 4.5 hours the other day. Now, does everybody have the money to do that? No. But I will work with you. I feel that we need to, I will work around that if you'll work with me. If it runs over and it's 15, 20 minutes, that's on me, because I know the energy is right and I need to do it. If you want to start out with an hour and it goes an extra half an hour, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swallow that and not worry about the price. What I'm going to require from you is that you pay it forward to somebody else. Like Miss Charlotte. Hers went over really, really long, but the energy was right, and it was the right thing to do. I know Miss Charlotte's going to pay that forward to somebody else. Okay? For me, yes, I need to buy bread, milk, and diapers for grandbabies and that kind of stuff. We're all human. We all need to make money one way. And this is my talent, and I'm going to use it. Am I ashamed of that? No. I would love to get to the point someday where I don't have to charge anything. I will probably never sleep. But let's be realistic. It is a business for me to a point. But the process for a reading is simply email me. Let me know that you want a reading. I will give you my phone number. I will tell you the process, but I'm going to go ahead and address it here on the video. What will happen is most of the questions are, how many questions can I ask? It doesn't matter. You can ask as many questions as you want, as many subjects as you want. It just depends on how much time you want to take. How much time does it normally take? First of all, when you call or Zoom or however it is, first of all, I will say, hello, how are you today? How's your energy? I will cleanse. I cleanse before the call or Zoom or whatever. But I'll say, how's your energy? And if you need cleansing, I'll take a minute to do that. It doesn't take that long. And a lot of times people will just start talking to me and I haven't even pulled cards yet. And that's okay. I do not want to know the questions ahead of time. Do not tell me what your questions are. Now, if it's that one question in the comment for that new challenge, that's one thing, but I'm talking about a full-on reading. Do not email me your questions. Because if I open it, or if the subject line says, here are my questions for my future reading, I will not open it. This is about my integrity and proving to you that I don't need to know ahead of time. I don't need to plan ahead of time. I do this on the fly with the universal energy that is given me at the time. When I connect with you physically, I have already connected prior to that meeting with you spiritually. You just don't know it. I will call in your higher self, your higher guides, universal energy, universal creator, to connect with my side. So I've already connected to you spiritually before I even talk to you. I do not need your questions. I want you to do that on the spot. You prepare your questions and write them down, or most important to you, write them down. And I'll say, okay, well, let's get started with your questions. What would you like to begin with? And you'll just read them to me one at a time. We'll take one at a time. If at any time your question changes and it's not important, or I've already answered it and you didn't know it yet, scratch it off. Think of another one. Have some backups. If the whole conversation changes direction in the middle of it, that's okay. That's what energy does. You may come into it fully prepared with every question you had thought about, and you only asked 2 of them, and 14 of them got thrown out the window because your gut and your spirit said, I don't need to know that now. Let's move somewhere else. It's totally work. That's the way it works. That's the way energy works with me. I work on the fly. I don't prep this. I don't pre-record it. You are with me personally, one-on-one, in the moment, live. I do not pre-record stuff. To me, that's not fair. Our energies need to connect personally. Do every tarot reader do that? No. Some people don't have time to do it, and that's just the way they want to do their readings and their business, and that's fine. That's not me. I will set up your meeting. I'm very flexible with my schedule because I don't sleep very much. If you need it in the middle of the night, I will do it in the middle of the night. It's fine. I am Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast. You will let me know when you want it. If I have already slotted out a position for another reading, I will let you know. That doesn't work for me. If I have a prior engagement with my family, something scheduled, I will let you know. That doesn't work with me. We'll work around it, but I will work with you. I will do whatever you need me to do because I know this is important to you. So we will figure it out. Your timing, how much time you need, and if you're having trouble doing the payment, the only thing that I ask is you pay for the bare minimum 30 minutes. If it goes over and you just need help, and we could do a promissory note, I'm going to trust you with that. I want you to trust me with my integrity. I'm going to trust you with yours. If you say, I can afford 30 minutes this week, and if we can do an hour, I'll pay you for the other 30 next week. Okay? Okay. I'm going to trust you. If my energy does not resonate with me, these guys flying around in my room right now are going to tell me that, and I'll say, it doesn't work with me. Is it a good business prospect? Probably not. Is it the right thing to do for humanity? Yep. So that's what I'm going to do. Everybody's hurting right now. We're all struggling. Like I said, I need to buy milk and bread just like everybody else. Don't cheat me, I won't cheat you. I will never do that. My word is my word. If you need help, if you need an emergency reading and something's going on, it could just be 1 or 2 questions. Just talk to me. We are never going to get this humanitarian life kicked off and started if we don't start now. We do not need to wait for them to say, well, here's some money to do it. Smile at somebody, hug somebody, give them an encouraging word. That's all you got to do, and this is the way I can help people. I can use my talents and ability to help someone else. So if your time goes over the 30 minutes and you're just not quite sure, I can tell. I feel your energy. I wasn't quite done, but that's all I can pay for. I'll say, don't worry about the clock right now. Let's get this done. Okay, let's do that. I'm willing to do that for you if you're willing to do that for me. I promise. That's my word, and my integrity and my word is everything. Because if you don't trust me, my energy goes down, and so does yours. And I don't want that. If we don't keep our vibrations and energy and love for one another up and do for one another the way we are intended to do, what are we doing it for, period? So let's get that out of the way. See your reading process. Check your email. Email me. I will email you back. You will have my phone number. Text me. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I just emailed you about this. When can we set this up? This is what I can afford. Okay. I will just simply tell you, well, here's your day. Here's your time. Would you like Zoom? Would you like phone call? I can even do that. Facebook, what is it? FaceTime? Whatever. I can do that. I've got the camera. I will make it work. Whatever you prefer. Some people really need to see the cards. Some people do not. It doesn't matter. It's what you want. You tell me what device you want to use, how long you want, and we will make it happen. I will talk to you and text you right before your reading. I'll say, are you ready? Are you ready to go? If something comes up and you need to reschedule it, I don't take your money and you have to pay again. No, I'll just mark you down in a different time slot. It's okay. If there's technical difficulties, which it can happen because Spirit does try to interfere. If Spirit tries to interfere in my home, it's going to be through electronics most of the time. Or my cards, but I cleanse my cards constantly. My electronics, I have a high electricity rating in my body, and I can walk by electronics and they just blow out. I have burned through more TVs, radios, sound systems, computers, laptops, tablets, and phones than anybody else that I know. And my husband just shakes his head and he says, I just need you to sage anything when I bring it into the house anymore. If it's got some kind of chip in it, I do not resonate with technology. And I have been told, yeah, that's probably Spirit trying to communicate with you because they use energy, electricity. I've got so much Spirit around me all the time, I have to reel it in and tell them, stop destroying my stuff. I can walk into a store and go up to a cash register and the register will totally shut down and not come back up. There's no reset to it. I will fry it. It is something I have learned to deal with and something I've had to learn how to control when I go into any place. I know my husband and my family were watching a movie, I don't know, almost a month ago. I was not watching it. I was working and meditating in a different room, and I simply walked by the TV, and every electronic thing shut down. The surge protector that was in the floor sparked and blew out. Now it's kind of an ongoing joke in my house that, great, Mom, great, thanks. Some of them I can reset, and you just plug it back in, and it's okay. But I have totally blown them out before. Energy is very strong, and I want it to be. I want our connection together through these readings to be that strong. Past loved ones, if you're in the middle of a reading, I don't have electronics running because of that reason, because if they're trying to connect with me, unless it's the device, I'll cleanse this computer and my camera or my phone, whatever device I'm using, it's the only one allowed to be on. Everything else has to be unplugged because of that reason. Strange to most people. I don't know where the gnat came from. Okay. But that's not a bragging thing. Who wants to replace TVs every month? Nobody. But it is something I've learned to deal with, and I can control it. It's fine. I've learned it. I just have to consciously think of it. But that's your reading process. I know I've rambled, and y'all, fast forward if you don't want to hear it. That's okay. Just fast forward. Email me. But that is the process. That is the price. I use Zelle and Venmo. I will not use PayPal anymore. PayPal is the biggest pain in the rear I have ever dealt with in my life. I did a reading and accepted PayPal, and it took 6 weeks to get it after I threatened to sue them. I will not do that anymore. Venmo and Zelle work straight with my bank account. I'm already programmed in it, so the only thing you're going to do is send it to my phone number. It will recognize it. Just remember, when you're sending the payment, my bank has to recognize my full name. Y'all should know Jen is short for Jennifer, and that's what it is. Jennifer. It's simple. So that was a problem the other day, and that's okay. It happens. But I'm just Jen. I've been called worse. Alright, now, like I said, once that reading process is figured out, you have my number, you can call me. If there's any problem, you need to reschedule, it's not a problem. I don't take your money and run. I'll just say, okay, well, let's reschedule. It's fine. If something comes up with me and I need to reschedule, I will let you know something has come up and I need to reschedule with you, but I want to give you an extra half hour for free. Okay? I will do that because that's what you should do. Because I made a promise and I had to break it for some reason. I have no problem doing that. This is about giving. This is humanity. So, I do want to answer Miss Marla's question. How do you enhance your own intuitiveness? There are different things that you can do based on the level that you're at. If you're just starting out, I recommend prayer first. Remember, cleansing is... Do not let the enemy intuitiveness come in. Do not do that. So cleanse first and say, I would like to ask your higher self and creator of the universe, your guides, your angels, whatever you want to call them. I want to enhance my intuitiveness. Can the divine light help me do that? Pray about it. Talk to the creator. Talk to your angels. Talk to your guides. But then open yourself up. If you hear something, your consciousness, your higher, which is your higher self, going, you know, hi, how are you today? If you just hear that, they won't just blam it in your ear like, hey, I'm going to send you a vision. It doesn't normally happen that way. It's a slow process. So if you're just really starting out, ask them to talk to you, to give you good feelings, your gut, like those things give you goosebumps. If I'm out, something's wrong. If you're driving, always ask the divine light to go with you. People's crazy out there. But other than prayer, meditation. Stay by yourself, find your happy place. It doesn't matter. You can sit under a tree, you can sit on your back porch if you got one. You can just sit in bed. It doesn't matter where it is. What's your happy place? Go there. You can do it in silence. You can do it with high energy level frequency music. You could, I mean, it's everybody's different. What do you need? If there's other energy in the house, other people, try to isolate yourself as much as you can and meditate and ask the universe to come in and help you. You will slowly start to see a huge difference in how you're intuitive to things. You may get a piece of news and you automatically go, I don't think so. That doesn't seem right. Or it may resonate with you and it gives you goosebumps. And then you go, that's your intuitiveness. If you're already on that level, ask them to enhance it. I want an upgrade. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Study tarot. Somebody emailed me and said that they used to do it 30 years ago and they just laid them down. Pick it back up. Pick it back up. You might be a little rusty, but pick it back up. Let the cards talk to you. And if you go out and buy a deck of tarot cards and you either watch me or Janine or somebody that uses tarot, Kristen, and you study what the cards mean, get the book. Get the one that comes with the book. Study the book. Those cards eventually are going to become your own. You don't need a book. They become what your gut, your intuitiveness tell you. Pick it up. I will continue to teach. So I had a suggestion to go quickly, and I had a suggestion, no, we're learning. Teach. So I'm going to find the balance. A lot of the cards the readings that I've done lately are repetitive, so you've already learned those cards. If I know that card is pulled up in many readings, I'll just probably go quicker. If we get a new card that pops up and you've never seen it before, I'll say, ooh, here's a new one. Let's talk about this one. This is what it means. So I'm not going to stop one and I'm not going to start the other. I'm going to work fast if you've already known it. If you don't, go back and watch the readings over and over again and take notes. Get your own deck. Now remember, I use the Golden Gilded deck more than anything. It just resonates with me better. But just the basic Rider-Waite tarot deck, if you want to start, look at it. What is your intuitiveness telling you about the deck? That's a good way to use your intuitive ability, because you're allowing the universe to come in and talk to you, your higher self to come in and talk to you. If you train yourself just hearing your higher self and the creator, then eventually you'll have the ability to work with the cards and pull different layouts, because there's different ways you can do different questions, different layouts. Do not get overwhelmed with that. Whatever resonates with you, stick with it. Then you allow someone to come in and start asking questions, because it's not about you anymore, it's about their energy. It's just a learning process. It's a build-up. And eventually there's no books involved, because that card has a different energy. Every card, there's 78 cards in a deck. Sounds like a lot, sounds like it's overwhelming, but you can do this. It's just natural. It's like riding a bike, as they say. So it's going to become so natural to you. Create your own thing. What do you connect with? Go sit under a tree. Talk to the flowers. Talk to your fur babies. Aren't they wonderful? What it resonates with you. I cannot give you specifics because I'm not you. If you are having trouble and you can tell me maybe some of your, what do you connect with? What do you resonate with? Email me and I'll try to help you on a one-on-one basis. I'm willing to do that. It's not a problem. But this is general. This is overall, remember? So those are some ways that you can enhance your intuitiveness. It's just connecting to your higher self. And most people understand prayer. Say Abba, Creator, Mother Earth. Go barefoot, walk on the grass, and talk. Do all of those at the same time. Listen to the birds. It's amazing how animals will communicate with us. Ask for signs. Just ask for good signs. Remember the cleansing part. That's the best advice I can give you. So this is to sum up a lot of your major questions that I have gotten in the emails or the comments, maybe a combination of both. If you ask for a reading, check your email. You got my number, text me. If you just want my number because you don't feel that email is personal enough, I get it. Email me. Jen, can I have your number? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to try to do a video later this evening that's going to ask some general questions that have come up. I don't watch the news, like the mainstream stuff, so, but I am aware of a couple of things that are going on right now. I'm going to address a couple of major issues that people really need to hear right now, and we're going to ask the cards. It's been a while since I've done it. We're going to ask about the RV, because I know my guardian angel Wings, he has a sense of humor. He goes, oh, because you just missed the hangman that much? It's alright. We'll see what the universe has to say. But that's what I wanted to sum up with you today. Sorry if I've rambled too much, but I'm very thorough about how I try to explain things, because I don't want people to be confused. But if you need further advice or questions asked, like I said, email me. newbeginningstarot76@gmail.com. Email me. I have an address book of clients, and once you have my number, If you're having a rough time and you just need me to pull cards on something, it's okay. Now remember, okay, I'm not going to do them all through text unless it's really private. But because I have to build this channel, and if I keep answering everything privately, I'm never going to get this channel up and running. It will happen when the universe says it will happen, but I also need to keep it going. Consistency is important, so I want to do some of these questions. By all means, please leave them in the comment. If you see a news article or something going on around your area and you're just not quite sure about it, I don't care. I don't need to know what it is. Just leave it in the comment and I'll just ask. Say I live in BFE. You know, I live out Timbuktu. I don't need to know where Timbuktu is to answer your question. Personal family issue. Is this going to happen? What's the outcome going to be? I really want to take the time out to thank you all for loving on Miss Charlotte the other day. Some of what there were a couple key words that didn't resonate, like the word divorce. That wasn't right, but I understood afterwards, after she explained it to me, what the energy was. It could feel like a divorce, but it's not. But that's between me and her, or anything that she wants to share, which she did a little bit in that video, the comments of that video. But thank you all for loving on her and giving her the support that she needs. That's what we're here for, and that's what we need to do. So, y'all, I will try to get back on here tonight and answer a few questions. I do have my grandbabies for a little bit. Let me tell you something. Miss Israel's birthday party yesterday. Whoever created that phrase, party like a rock star, party like you got grandkids, because they don't know these kids. My word. I had balloons all over my house. And it was their job to see how many they could bounce off my head. And then turn them over to the cats, where they pop them all night just for entertainment. Would I trade it? Nah, we had fun. I made that homemade pizza. She had cake and ice cream, blew out candles and all that good stuff. But the party continues a little bit this evening. But I will be back on here shortly and to answer any questions. So if you see this and you have a question before I go and record again, leave it in the comment. Email it to me. I so look forward to hearing from you, darlings. I love you so much. Thank you for your love and support. And I look forward to hearing from you. Love you.